Test.
Hold on. Okay, so it seems to be recording now, I think. Yep. Okay, so, well, let's see. Where was I? All right.
You sound distant, though. You sound far away.
Fix it. How about now?
Better.
Holy shit.
All right. So, like I was saying, they went to the Dragon's Barrow to investigate the lights. They found only death within and some treasure. Raya met his end inside of a pit filled with swords, and at the behest of the small burst of electricity known as a will-o'-the-wisp. The group, after the combat had concluded, I don't believe they rested, pretty much quickly moved on from that point, heading out to go and see if they could get the body there quick enough to the Serpent, or the green dragon known as Uru. Alright. I've already went ahead and rolled your random encounter nonsense, and no random encounters between you and the Serpent. You arrive at the barrow, or the lair of the Serpent, as night has fallen and a couple of hours have actually persisted into the darkness. That said, once you arrive at that location, it's definitely strange to everyone with the exception of Leon and Grok. There is a number of trees encircling a hill. The hill has several standing stones in its center, and as you head up the hill, you realize that the standing stones encircle a massive cavity or hole, perfectly circular in the center of the hill. If you move over to the lip of that hole, you realize that it's pitch black. It appears to be bottomless. That said, back to you again, Grok.
Yeah. So Grok is going to lead the group, and he's going to call out, Grok! And he's going to look for. He hears a voice back. So Grok, and he's going to go and see the other druid who is there as a sentinel, Drualis.
Okay. She doesn't appear to be present as of the moment, but you do yell out for her, or you yell out your name, alerting others to your presence.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Okay. As you stand, there is an altar near the hole where items of import are typically granted to the dragon, and other such things such as sacrifices and the like.
Would I know that putting this on there would not necessarily be an offering, but an something to ask?
Your call.
Okay, I'll put the body on the altar anyway.
Okay. Gondar, and Shambles, and Benson, is there anything in particular that you would like to do?
Right now, I'm out of my element. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Grok would turn to Gondar and say, did you have diamond, or is it gold that you?
Do you need a diamond, or do you need money going for something?
Put diamond on all.
Okay. Benson Shambles just out of element, staying back.
Yeah, I'm standing behind Grok.
Leon, you've been here before, only once really, and it's not the same without the looming shadow and massive green dragon above you, but it still has a certain element of mystery, especially with the night sky above you. You can see the stars above you. You can see the perfect tear through the massive stars known as the Dargian Rift resting above your head. It's quite a bright night, early spring, kind of crisp air. Anything in particular you want to do, you and the elk?
Not really.
I'm just like ready for something magical to happen because it did to me.
All right. So as you stand and wait, Leon, the more observant of the lot, you see someone step out of one of the trees near the line of trees around this hill. A woman in kind of simple green garb, horns on her head, almost like a ram's horns, and she has a tail that lingers off of her back, slender, thin, almost demonic. But other than that, she looks very fey-like, elvish almost, and she starts walking up the hill towards Grok and Raya.
Grok says, "It's her. She's here. Oh, good."
Who is that?
Drualis. She's one of the guardians. She's one of the guardians.
She steps forward up to Grok and says, "What have you brought me?"
We cleared the barrow of will-o-wisps and one of our group fell. I was hoping that you would use your magics to bring him back.
Well, it is something we can do, but I tell you, this individual, by the scent of him, is fiend-blooded. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to make that decision. If it is something that you wish to happen, you understand that you will be responsible for the deeds that he performs after this
Oh, shit.
blessing.
Oh, boy. I don't know if I like this.
To understand, you said fiend-blooded?
Yes, she says, turns to Shambles.
Oh, okay. Hi, sorry.
As
Didn't
he's,
mean to interrupt.
you seem to be thinking it, not even talking. And she turns and she says, yes.
I'll go back to not thinking.
She, again, as described, that's what she looks like. She kind of looks back at Raya's corpse and then looks to Grok. Is it something that you wish for me to proceed with? I can, of course, call the Serpent, but I know what she will say. She will want me to do it, and she will want me to make sure that you are her watcher.
I'll be responsible.
Much as
Grok
the
says.
silver watches the green, so too will the turtle watch the... Well, we don't know what he'll be. Our magics are so different than the order outside of this place. Fair
Yes.
enough. I will perform the spell and the ritual. You will reimburse me for the efforts, and you will do as I have commanded. She steps over to Raya's body, kind of places her hand on his forehead, pulls the knife off of her belt, places it on his chest, and starts ripping his clothes off. Throws the shards of cloth onto the floor, leaving Raya naked on the altar. He fell to the will-o-wisp's consuming spirit. Parts of him will not return. Hopefully whatever body he enters into will be strong enough to supplement. She takes a dagger and starts tracing lines on his chest, cutting into his flesh. Not much blood starts to run out as the body is still. She puts the dagger back in her belt and begins saying words out in the druidic language. Rocky recognized them as kind of a prayer, a request. She's specifically requesting this boon from Kashaethia, the Fey goddess of the nature and the forest. And she continues with her spell. Meanwhile, bright white light surrounds you. You stand before who you stood before, Raya, as we discussed. And then everything goes white. For a moment you think whatever it said it was to do, it is doing. But then you realize that you're no longer in a blank white space. You feel heat kind of rise over you, and you can taste sand in your mouth. It feels like you're out back on the sands outside of Einkarn, escaping, running away. Your hand falls into the sand, and then you realize that it feels more powdery, more consistent, and the sand on your tongue starts to melt. As your eyes fix to the light, you see that you're surrounded by snow, covered trees. The stars above you seem to shimmer shine in different patterns, very strange, ornate, and very noticeable patterns. Here a soldier, here a massive keep, here a woman offering something to a child. These patterns kind of moving across the sky above you. You take in the area around you and you see a woman, bright green hair, green attire, tail, horns, definitely a tiefling, but strangely fey, step out before you. You, they request your presence among the living. I will pull you back with me, but unfortunately the body you have left behind is no good. It will not suffice. I will have to make you a new one. Hopefully it will make you whole for what they did to you, took away from you. Do you know of who I speak?
My friends were my enemies.
You are no longer what you were. You are different. The things that were inside of you that you were born with, your curses and your problems of before, changed now. As I give you new life, a second life. You do not have to follow the same paths. You do not have to hide from the same demons and shadows, if you so please. But they've given up much to bring you back. At least one of them. Though
How much?
He does not know the cost yet. His entire waking eye. Every moment of his life, as long as you breathe. He will be your watcher.
Watch away.
So you accept his gift? His sacrifice for you?
Sure. I'm still Raya.
Yeah. So you think, and you look down to your hands and your arms, and you seem to be kind of incorporeal, not present. And as you accept, you feel parts of yourself start to get pulled apart. You realize this massive, gigantic hand and force kind of appears above you, and you're surrounded by a gate of purple light. You hear a voice, familiar, one you've heard in your dreams. He's not yours to take. The woman looks up at this massive figure above you, and as you kind of shrink to look back at it, you recognize it as your ancestor, a Shiriad, holding you and binding you. The druid grins. Young blood, you are so new to this place, and you seize power that is ancient and old, and not your own. I serve it, and as she says that, you watch as the lightning kind of flares across the cloudy skies, and the stars kind of like disappear behind clouds, and a massive serpent with white, black, and gray stripes, horns upon its heads, snakes through the trees, its head kind of coming over top of Duralis. White light bursts from the ground, pierces the magic that a Shiriad holds on you, and dissipates his hand, causing it to disappear. The whole of the demon blood vanishing from you. Those of you outside watch as Raya's body starts to kind of just dissolve, like a quick play of like the Life Channel or Discovery Channel, as like they fast track through like things dissolving and decaying, and the body is left but nothing but bones. The druid, having walked away as that started to begin, comes back up from the tree line with a bundle of wood and just tosses it onto the altar, onto the bones, breaking them, shattering them apart. She places her hand on top of them, and you watch as they melt like wax and start to take the form of a humanoid figure on the altar. She performs and finalizes the spell. Naked, still, clothes slightly tattered on the ground nearby, you awake, Raya. However, go ahead and close your current character sheet. And bear with me here. Open the new one. As you awaken, you feel the same. Your body feels the same. Except that you can hear everything more acutely. You can hear everything throughout the wood. You can smell it too, keenly. Like a bestial awareness. Your eyes blink, and you feel like they're bigger. Your eyes, more keenly focused on the sky above. You don't feel tired, and you don't feel anything. Like a certain dispassion that you've had in the back of your gut for a long time, but also kind of an awareness of the greater, the whole of it all. And you all see that his new body is very similar to Raya, except that he has 2 massive ears and an elvish-like complexion.
Yes!
I rolled it.
That's awesome!
I genuinely
Nobody believes you.
I genuinely rolled it.
Send me the screenshot.
I did send you the
Nice.
screenshot.
Yeah, because you were so excited that he's gonna be an elf.
Gross.
See the chat.
Well, I put it. I rolled it in GM.
Nah, I put BRB jumping into abyss as soon as I opened the sheet and
Oh.
saw it.
I don't know why he hates elves.
I don't either.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, your clothes, besides your shirt, because the pants were easy enough to pull off, but the shirt's kind of torn a little bit. No big deal.
Cool, I still have Eric's clothes. I'll just put those on.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Benson. Do you remember any of that happening to me?
I did it a different way, so it worked a
Like,
little
we
better.
just watched him, like, boil into an elf, right?
Yeah, well,
Uh,
you were asleep, so
The druid reaches down amongst the stuff near you, lifts your skull, and hands it to you, Raya. If you wish to remember the past, keep it.
One more for the collection.
Good joke.
As he makes that joke, that offhanded comment, she looks to Grok. Good luck. And she starts walking back towards the tree line.
Hey, thanks. Like, genuinely, thank you. Really nice of her.
Wow.
I'm going to pick up my old clothes and rifle through the pockets. I pull out a small pouch and toss it to Grok.
Oh, that was meant for you, friend.
10 plat, 30 gold. That's all I got.
Also, when you reach into your
Oh
pocket,
no, sorry.
when you reach into your pocket, besides the gold, and start kind of fishing for it, you notice that there's a bundle of dried herbs tied together inside your pocket. You pull it out, and it's like a stick figure man with a piece of lavender tied around its head like a crown.
Grok would give back the money and say, "You keep it. You keep it all."
Okay. Thanks. I'll pocket the little stick figure man too.
That makes Grok smile.
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to tuck it in the pouch with the money and just assume it matters.
Matters to me.
So, as you're kind of mustering yourself together, you do note that there are 2 people kind of across the pit from you all, standing there just kind of watching you. They're both in green armor. They look almost exactly identical, except one appears to have more feminine features and one more a bit androgynous. They just kind of stare and watch. no emotion really on their faces.
I guess I'll wave to him.
They don't reply.
They're also
Polite.
guardians, Grok says.
Oh, okay.
And they're elves. They're elves too.
What time of day is it after all this?
It's pitch black.
Revel.
It's like pitch black, almost midnight.
Oh, true. Rock, is it safe to camp here, or is that like sacrilege or something?
No, it's safe to camp here, and Grok would lead them back towards his cave.
Yeah, he has a dingy hole in the lower portion of the hill. It's barely capable of fitting all of you, but yeah, plenty of floor.
I love what you've done with it.
It's not raining. I'll just
Thank
sleep,
you.
sleep under the stars. It's not like raining.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice night actually. It also doesn't feel as cold as it did outside of the forest, so that's a plus as well.
Will a
Grok
lot of you be
withdraws into his shell.
heading back to Mudis in the morning, or do you have more business here? Because I'm going back to town. If this excavation or what is this?
Cleansing.
Excursion?
Excursion. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Leon. This excursion is complete.
John, did your wireless take the diamond?
No,
Grok would give it back to Gondar.
Oh,
Thank
just for the record, I never put it on the altar. You asked me to, but I just didn't do it.
you would know kind of two factors. The required elements for reincarnate were expended by her. She expects you to repay them in kind. She also expects you to repay them with your service. The money that was passed hands from Raya to you, you would know Raya probably thinks that is a transactional affair, but he owes you more than the coin that has been passed. You would know that in your heart, based on the soil that the transaction was made. So taking the coin is basically observing that that is an acceptable payment, and you know that your debt, what you have to continue doing, is going to be more costly than that. So accepting the coin to Raya will seem like you have been paid and you're done. You would know that, but you would know in your heart that your life debt is now.
He didn't take the coin.
Oh, he didn't.
He
I thought.
refused.
I'm sorry. I
He
missed that
refused.
part. I'm sorry.
I passed it back.
Good.
Nope.
Good call. I'm
He's
just.
like, nah.
I'm sorry. Apologies. I just know Andy usually plays a rogue. I thought he would just take that coin. I just missed that part. I'm sorry.
Nope. So, but he knows there's a life debt though.
You Grok would know that there's a not so much a life debt, but you are now responsible for this life being brought back into the world. If Raya goes and kills a bunch of children and people in a town, not only is he responsible, but according to just your soul's like corruption, you would be responsible for that as well.
So don't do that.
Gosh, I hope he doesn't do that.
Hey, water, don't be wet.
What? Well, you're no longer that Raya. You could be any Raya you want to be now. Grok would actually say that.
Yeah, my background didn't change.
He's going down and he's taking you with him now.
Makes
Well,
you
I'm
any
gonna
better.
sleep in the turtle cave.
It won't just be Grok that goes down with me. We're all friends, right?
Okay. You all sleep.
Ride or die.
You do not feel tired at all, Ryan. Not even close.
Neat.
As you kind of, ponder a bit, wander about, you feel like there's connections that you've never felt before. You can kind of sense the health of these trees nearby. They're kind of blooming with kind of a sense of just healthiness. You can kind of feel the blades of grass on the ground and how they move. You can hear them. And you can hear other things. The main thing is you hear very silent, almost too silent, a pair of footsteps approaching you.
I look for them.
You see two elvish knights in green armor stepping towards you.
I stare at them.
they say to you in Elvish, which you strangely understand now. This life is not one that is given freely. You must understand the responsibility. You also must understand your new body. You will grow tired, but you will have no need for sleep. You must learn how to connect. If you do not, you will die.
Are you here to show me how to do that, or just telling me stuff?
We were instructed to do so by Drualis, yes.
That's very kind of her.
Sit.
I'm already sitting, probably.
Okay, then
Honestly,
Been
we've been here for a minute, so I'm probably already sitting down.
they sit with you, and as they do so, they begin to meditate. The woman, the female of the two, she starts kind of speaking in Elvish, a low chant, and you are strangely kind of whatever she's saying is kind of an earworm. It's sticking in your head, and you kind of hear it kind of bouncing back and forth over and over again in your head, until you realize you're no longer sitting where you were sitting. You're somewhere else, and everything seems to be just filled with magic. The other two seem to be sitting there with you, and you're in this other world, like an entirely different place. But at the same time, you think you can see past the veil of it, and you can still see the people that were close to you besides the elves. She stops to chant, and he looks to you. Hold it in your head. Keep it there. When you grow tired, remember it. Recite it. It will bring you to this place, the Shezas. This is the only place where your body can gain sustenance. For the thousands of years that you might live, this will always be the place you return for that sustenance. Do you understand?
Yeah. What else does this place do?
You can't move about in this place unless you come here by natural means, through a gate. The only purpose you have for it in this state is as you have it, replenishing yourself.
So my mind is here, but my body is not? Is that how this works?
Correct.
I understand.
Through this connection, your body will be replenished, much as your body would be replenished when you slept, when you lived as a human. But now as you live as an elf, understand, human sleep is not something that you will attain. If you do attempt it, I assure you, the dreams that you will have, well, I just do not suggest it.
Can't be worse than the ones I've already had.
She says, far worse. Sod Derlithoth plagues you in your dreams when you rested as a man. Sod Derlithoth will be able to touch you in your dreams as an elf.
Can I touch him back?
I suppose.
This may take some practice.
She kind of smiles, like almost like approvingly, and he says, many elves like you have tried what you are thinking of. Far greater minds who dream for thousands of years, and they cannot do what you think you can do. She says, although I do approve of your arrogance and your aspirations, your ambition is pleasing to me. And he says nothing, and kind of gives her a look.
If I've got the lifespan, I've got time to practice.
Well, she says, good luck. But my brother is right. Far greater than you have tried it. Far greater than you have fallen to his power.
Maybe it takes more than one.
Perhaps. And he says, I will not stop you from your folly, but understand any ill that you do falls upon Grok as well, as you are bonded now.
Then I'll just have to keep it not so ill.
Fair enough. And she says, please do well by him. He swore into this pact a bit naively. If you could do your best to protect him, he is going to try and protect you. Perhaps from yourself, but, well, you understand, right?
Yep.
The trance continues on. It only takes about 4 hours. Throughout the time, you do notice that others are kind of moving about. Gondar, as you sleep, your eyes occasionally flutter open, kind of that waking awareness a soldier has while out in the field. And then at one point you hear a very loud kind of rush of wind coming from the hill. As you kind of look up to check what it is, you see a massive shadow just ascend skyward. The stars are blacked out for a moment, and then they reappear.
It's gonna nod to myself. It's just great. And the Great One still lives, it seems. Watches over us.
And Leon, you were in the cave, right? Or were you out?
Probably would have been outside.
Okay. Then you'd notice that Aura the Serpent has just left her den to go and hunt in the night.
Cool.
The night continues on. You awake in the
We
morning.
know if she,
Okay.
if like, does she like go like kill random things, or is it usually like do the people like? Does she have like a feeding ground where people leave her like cattle and stuff?
The Anguis Wood is her hunting ground.
Okay.
As you're awaking, Gondar, you can smell something aromatic. Smells pretty good. Raya, you watched as a redheaded woman with a massive bone jaw as a shield has been sitting there kind of cooking on a fire pot not too far from where Gondar's at. She looks over at you, Raya, as you recognize her, and she says, "Hey, if Grok is bringing a bunch of friends, tell him I'm cooking him something good." She looks back at her pot, stirring it with a femur.
Okay.
And who might we say is cooking this morning?
My name is Talith. I'm one of the Sentinels. Near her is a massive warhammer carved out with draconic runes. She wears leather armor. As I said, her shield appears to be a massive jaw bone, and she looks very physically fit and capable as a warrior.
Gunnar will like stretch as he gets up and says, "Well met. I'll get your fellow guardian. I'll go in the cave, and if Grok's still asleep, I'll knock on his shell."
Probably snoring. Grok. Grok. Grok.
Well, yep. Grok gets up, pokes his head out of his shell. And goes outside.
Okay. Yeah, Talith appears to be cooking. She's preparing a meal.
Well met, Talith.
Grok?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Just saw you were having guests, I guess. I didn't know we were allowed guests. She shrugs.
This was something special. Jualis raised up one of my companions.
You both hear a voice in your heads, Grok and Talith. You can tell that she hears it as well. It's the voice of Duralis, and it says, "Grok paid a great price to have guests here, Talith. Do you wish to make the same bargain?" And Talith kind of goes, No, I'm good." Continues stirring. I managed to catch a couple of small rabbits and cooking them up here for your friends. And I mixed it in with a bit of deer that I had caught the day before.
Smells good.
She starts putting to bowl each of the food. It's a simple stew, mostly ground vegetables and like carrots and potatoes and rabbit and deer meat. Passes the bowls out to everybody.
Grok would explain what happened at the barrow to her.
That's interesting. Huh. And you say there's a sword left behind?
Yes, but one that I think we shouldn't touch. He explains what the writing on the sword.
Yeah, there were... I remember stories my mom used to tell me. There were a group of adventurers, just like the ones you described there. A minstrel, a knight, a warrior, and a wizard. And they were led by a champion who wielded a sword called Serpent's Bane. That might be it.
It might.
Everybody else is out and about, by the way.
Yeah, just eating breakfast. Anyone who's like slightly observant or at the corner there, I would notice that Slickback got Gondar his food, and before he hands it to him, he drinks from the bowl and swishes around in his mouth, and then nods and hands Gondar the bowl.
He dies. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
exactly.
Nobody uses such a slow poison.
Okay. Again, the table's yours.
Oh yeah, Shambles just eating soup. Just enjoy being offered food once in a while.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything to sustain you. It's just
I enjoy it.
the act is comforting.
Do you lot have any plans after returning to Mudis?
I'll just kind of look at Benson. Any
Yes.
new leads?
Not as of yet. No, we're trying to save our guy here. We wanted to move on the burial ground a little more for a little more expensive artifacts, but we're going through this right.
Well, if you're looking for more work, there's rumors of demons, quote unquote, at a nearby loggers camp that would be just west of Phalanx. And since I'm repairing the fort, I kind of make sure anything that's going on in that vicinity is taken care of. So I'll be taking some men.
Yeah, very good. We would be happy to come along, but of course, first we would want to discuss payment for our service.
Oh, of course. I still need to pay you for Phalanx. Same deal that I gave Leon. Just 10 gold a day. Plus you were able to take whatever you wanted from the bandits horde. So that's, by my calculation, about 20 gold apiece. He tosses several sacks. One to Benson, Shambles, Leon. And I trust you guys build your pockets while you're in Phalanx. Whatever the bandits had hoarded.
Didn't it take us 3 days to travel there?
Thought it was a day of travel and then a day to
Yeah.
take the fort.
It's a day of travel.
All
A
right.
day counts
Well,
as 3 clicks on
It's a
movement.
good
Is
try.
probably why I was confused.
Okay, that's what it was then. Yeah. Then sounds good for that at least. After we finished here, we'll be in to help with whatever you need.
Talif looks over to Gondar. Fort Phalanx, huh? You took it?
Indeed, the honor bound control it now. And once I have my hands on that deed, Fort Phalanx will be no more, and Pridemore Keep will be that tower.
Well, I don't know much about anything you just said, but there is a bridge just to the northwest of there that heads off of the new road, the Azurite Road, and it used to connect straight to Mortis, a small town that resides up that way. If my questing is correct, and what I've been able to kind of figure out, the bridge is overrun with massive bees.
Bees?
Bees? Like
Bees.
bumblebees?
Yeah, bees, like, honeybees. Bees.
How massive?
As big as you. No,
That's a pretty
well,
big bee.
maybe more like him, points at Benson. No. Somewhere in between.
Points at Shambles.
I like stared in between them, like, here?
Yeah, about that. Massive bees. From what I understand, there might be a hive inside of that bridge, but the old wooden structure is probably holding up pretty well. If you're looking for a straight connection to another town, that might be a solid thing for you to investigate.
It's a good lead.
We'll
I'll
take the case.
have to confer with Grok here. Aren't bumblebees typically good for the forest? They pollinate and whatnot. Wouldn't want to destroy a hive and
Would I
destroy
know the difference between those and giant bees?
Make a
Are
nature
they
check.
different? Oh, I'd love to make a nature check. How about 22?
Bees,
Crit.
to your knowledge, don't get that big. And bees aren't also very fond of areas besides the southern portion of the Anguis Wood. Honey is mostly brought up from the Southron Plains, if any is brought into this place at all. Bees are not a common spectacle in this region because it's typically a lot colder than it currently is. Spring is starting to sprung. It's more likely that they're wasps.
And Grok would say that.
Oh, if they're wasps, then yeah, let's just light that thing on fire. Wasps are the actual worst.
Giant wasps, to your knowledge, are basically. Are you familiar with the Japanese bullet hornet or bullet wasp?
No.
They go in and fight other hornets and bees and split them in half with their mandibles. Their sting can kill a man. Imagine that.
So
the size
they're not
of
nice, yeah.
The size of Beethoven, the dog.
Jesus.
You're all over the place with these sizes.
He's a halfling. He's a man. He's a dog.
Beethoven the dog is about as big as Shambles was standing a second ago.
Giant bees.
Beethoven's bigger than a person.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry. I stepped away for a second. Where are the bees?
Oh,
North of
Mortis.
Phalanx on a bridge. Northwest of Phalanx on the Azurite Road.
Hold on a second. I'll go ahead and give you a marker. Bear with me.
So they're out of the Anguis Wood.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
There's the bridge.
Why don't we go agitate the bees and have us chase them into the loggers' camp, and that'll clear that too.
That's like a half-day chase.
Oh, yeah. That's a marathon.
That's an incredible idea, but
Would Grok see creatures like that as unnatural?
Hornets can definitely grow at that size, but it's usually because of some they are able to kind of acquire food in a more bountifully magical kind of way. It could be the case that they are being are basically growing to that size because they have some sort of tether or connection to food from a outer planar source. Could be something from the Feywild. Could be something from the plane of shadow. Could be something from the hells in the elemental chaos. The elemental chaos itself. Who knows?
Yeah, so Grok would say something like, they're a danger to the wood. They take more than they need, or they should. So, yeah.
If they're not close to the fort, then I don't need my scouts and patrols stung to death.
so the choice, as I see it, is either demons or giant wasps.
Demons.
Both.
It's farmers' rumors. Don't take it too literally.
I don't know. I've known some cool farmers. They had a good level head.
You guys want to exterminate some bees? I can't really promise there will be much of a monetary reward because I don't think bees have a lot of gold. But
Well, a quick note. For you, taking a bridge that leads to another town, connecting phalanx in that way, is beneficial. Very
You could collect
beneficial.
taxes.
And manning the bridge is not. It's not going to be like the phrase. It's not going to be like the phrase bridge, but you can definitely use it as a fortification. I mean, it's not a small thing to be won.
Well, it's only about 4 hours from your front door.
Well, if you guys want the usual rate, 10 gold a day, then you're more than welcome to come along, or I'll get a band of my own. You guys are more capable.
Damn right, I vote bees. I like elbow Benson.
Yeah,
Benson, make an Arcana check.
Rockwood vote bees.
We're gonna.
Sounds like I'm with Grok for a while.
Yeah, you gotta stay real close
Team
for your
Griot.
supervision.
So, with a
23.
23. Yeah, with that, you would know that if they are bees, like Talith said, and they do have a honey, and they're giant bees, and it's giant bee honey, that shit's not cheap. It's worth its weight in gold by itself. If they are
Bees.
of an infernal source, then you know that demon hornets, like infernal hornets, when they kill someone and murder them, they put them inside of their honey, and these infernal hornets produce honey as well. And the mummified bodies inside of the honey actually are usable as kind of a container for that honey. You basically are walking around with magical honey in bits of human parts.
That sounds
Or
so gross.
other people parts. And that, too, is worth its weight in gold. At least.
The human comb.
I go and elbow Raya 2.0. I was like, bee quest,
I'm a Grok man. He wants
bee
to-
quest.
We're going.
It's the B movie.
Ah,
Leon bees.
If the King of the Wasps doesn't have like a Jerry Seinfeld accent, I don't even want to go there anymore.
oh, that's so good.
Okay. Well, first things first. You finish the meal. Talith looks to Grok and says, "Are you heading up that way?"
We are.
She picks up her hammer and throws it over her shoulder. "Do you want some help?"
Hell yeah.
All right. And she starts to head away, and you both hear a voice spring through your head. "Talith, be careful." And then the voice snaps away.
Was it Drew Ellis?
Yeah, Talith is the younger.
She's the ward.
She's the youngest of the people
Mhm.
and the Sentinels. And she goes, "We'll be okay." All right. She grins, packs up her stuff, and just gets ready to go very quickly.
How many Sentinels are there? Are there 4 or are there 5?
There are 5.
Okay,
The
the 2
twins?
twins were okay.
The twins.
twins?
I wasn't sure if they were
Talith.
part of the Sentinels or if they were just.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's Bellerin and Ballerina, yeah?
Yep.
Got it.
All right. You head back to Mudis. And as you're approaching, Talith kind of, are you leaving out the north side of it? She says to Grok.
You have another idea?
Well, if you're going through, I'm just going to walk around. Some people, they try and bring me in for food and tell me about, my aunts and my uncles, and I left that life behind. And I'm going to go around. I'll meet you on the north side. Is that fair?
You mean town? You going through town?
She's gonna skip going.
She's
into town.
avoiding-
Right. I
She'll
understand.
meet you on the north
Yeah.
side of town.
Sure.
Okay.
Do we need any supplies before we go? Beekeeper.
Raya, you
Leaving
need
from
anything?
Oru's lair to Mudis, you'll arrive about midday. So you probably only have about maybe 4 to 6 hours left of travel left in your day. If you were to just head off from Mudis, so you might be able to make it to the loggers' camp if you pressed. But yeah, it'd be night.
I'm gonna check my rations real quick. Just
There's probably at least 3 people in Mudis I need to talk to on the way through.
You basically look the same. The main difference is your ears. If you put your hood up and kind of pull your ears back, you genuinely don't look different.
Skin tone? I should be way lighter, right?
No?
There are
what are you trying to say?
darker skinned elves.
No, what I read, the wood elves have like copper skin, like
Oh.
palish metallic colors.
In general, yeah. But there are definitely, parts.
I mean, we could
outside of
shorten
that.
those ears for you if you really wanted to.
I wouldn't suggest that. Maiming's probably not a good idea.
One guy files down his horns. He just cuts off his ears.
He's embarrassed.
Oh, jeez.
I've got no need to stop in Moodus if we want to press on. The loggers' camp is closer than the bridge, it looks like.
Yeah, well, we can just travel
Considerably.
on that road. It'll be faster and safer
Yep.
than cutting across country.
Like I said,
We got
That's
a
fine.
long rest
if you leave right
at
now
the
without
lair.
any affairs in Moodus, if you're literally just pressing on, you'll make it to the loggers' camp right as evening starts to settle. So it'll be kind of like slightly light out, but certainly not bright out.
I'm gonna swing by the farm, but I'll be able to catch up to him.
Okay.
I gotta put my skull away.
Before you go, you would actually
Need
know
that.
that when you left before and joined up with them in the first place, the farmers were actually going south. They were heading to about 4 days away down the road to a stables. They're wanting to hire more draft animals for the spring so that they have them ready for it. And they've already done their pre-planting, so the ranch is basically currently empty. And yeah, defended by militiamen hired on or asked to do so from the town.
Okay.
All right. Loggers camp?
Loggers camp.
Loggers
Do we want to
camp,
stop there? Okay.
but mostly bees.
All right.
Really feeling the bees thing.
Go ahead and give me 2 d20 rolls for the road.
Go, Steve. It was your thing.
2 and a 5.
Okay. You do come upon the site that you saw before with the strange tunnels that lead up towards the loggers camp and the dead body up on the rocks, and kind of recall like what you saw there. As you continue on, you move to the loggers camp. Do you want to scout it from afar, or do you want to move into the camp and investigate it hands-on?
If we can do a quick perimeter sweep, just see if we notice any movement.
Well, you can't go full perimeter because the camp is actually on the river proper. It seems that since the river runs down southwards, what they've been doing is setting up rafts made of the logs that they're planning on selling in Moodus, and then coasting those rafts into Moodus. You can see from a distance away that it looks like there are a number of tents that are kind of sitting out, probably about maybe a dozen or so. You can see several piles of logs. You can see chimneys standing without buildings, just the chimneys. And then you see one building that seems to have maintained its structure, although the roof looks like it's sunk in a bit. But other than that, the town from a distance, there's one, the west side of it is kind of up on a 10-foot or so hill, kind of like a high point there, with a couple of broken up buildings that I mentioned. And then the camp is near one other broken up building, and then the one building that's still functional is right near the water, near the pier where they would send off the rafts.
So tents and it's one good building, a couple dilapidated, but no movement or anything, right?
Correct.
All right, it looks deserted, but be on your guard. Could be demons hiding inside some of these buildings.
How's the weather?
Not too bad. I'll go ahead and pull you onto the map. It's spring, so it's kind of like there's a little bit of humidity in the air, but it's not like super hot and dank. It's kind of cool.
I'll light a torch. You said it's starting to get dark.
It's not dark enough to obscure sight.
Oh, okay.
It's like if you
put
were
out the torch.
if you were driving no matter what direction you're going, because you're unlucky, the sun would be blaring in your eyes. I'm pretty sure you've driven at that time before. I think everyone here has probably driven at that time in their life. Yeah. That's what time it is.
My map is just black.
Hold on. Oh, right, because it's keyed to your old character sheet. Hold on.
Heh.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay.
So can we see everything we see?
Yeah.
So we notice this hole in the ground.
You go check it out.
I want to look at it from afar.
Looks like a hole in the ground.
Like bigger than like what a rabbit or like a badger would make.
Bigger than what a person would make.
Do we hear buzzing?
Nope.
The bees have moved.
Yep.
They're expanding their territory.
Not the bees! Ah!
Alright, me and Slick will move up. Do you guys want to slightly split the party? Like some people check the tents and someone can go check the building? Or do you guys just want to move as a unit?
I'll go check out that chimney. I'll go north. See
Alright,
what's going on here.
Me and Slick will check out the hole, or not the hole, these tents are near the hole.
Okay.
I'll go shambles.
Okay.
Grok is sticking with Raya.
Yeah, Team Raya. Back together.
Or maybe it's Team Grok.
Yeah, you wish.
Okay.
No matter
I
how much,
chose where we were going.
no matter how much good you do, it doesn't outdo
You
my
both
bad.
followed me.
Very true.
As you're kind of approaching the hole, Gondar and Slickback, you definitely get a strange sensation of kind of like a wave of kind of just a foul odor kind of is present in the camp. As you look at the tents, it looks like the openings are kind of ripped open, torn open. Look like they've been kind of like scissored apart. And inside you can see the horrific carnage of what appears to have been a very massive assault on the people inside of those tents. You can see there's in the sand, although rain seems to have kind of like caused it to meld into it. There are dark spots that kind of move away, like they're trying to escape out of the area. But it looks like they pass by that hole in the ground and then kind of trail into the hole.
So it seems pretty obvious that this isn't like steel. It's like they were ripped apart by like some sort of beast.
Blades of some sort, yeah.
But like not like a clean cut of like sharpened steel, more just like a gory, just.
Pretty clean in a couple of states, though. There are some that are. I mean, you're pretty sure there was like a perfect scissoring, or a perfect shearing of a body part. Most of the bigger parts of the bodies look like they've been taken away, though. But you find an odd hand or lower portion of a leg here or there.
Can I rummage through these tents to see if there's anything of like value or any sort of like identification or anything?
Certainly. While that's happening, Shambles, Raya, and Grok and Benson, you're moving up to the broken house.
Yeah, are we getting the impression that this was burned and that's why the chimney remains? Or
So from what you can tell, it looks like the ruined fireplace is the only thing that hasn't really kind of burnt down. Yes, the rest is kind of ashen, and the grass has grown up a little bit in the debris. You also see that there appears to be a bunch of kind of like parts of wood where like it hasn't burnt all the way, and it hasn't grown over yet. So there are a couple of spots where there's still kind of like timbers from the roof that have kind of fallen in. Are you searching the area in particular, or just
I'll approach the chimney and see if there's not,
Okay.
signs of a struggle from the inside, signs of like what this building might have been, things like that. Just sort of kicking through the ashes, not like a fine comb search.
You manage to find this small little stick figure wrapped in kind of cloth or possibly sheep fur or wool is the word I wanted. Um, and looks like there's
Sorry.
like blood kind of dried in it, kind of frayed at the edges from the burning. And it looks like there's on the head portion of the stick figure a lightning bolt kind of carved into it.
I'm gonna
As you
hand
continue,
that back to Benson, or well, gesture for Benson to come have a look at it as I keep moving towards the chimney.
as you pass it back, you find another one, and then another one.
Are these about the same size as the
They-
little sticker man in my pocket?
What's that?
Are they about the same size as the stick figure in my pocket?
Looks like a similar design.
Grok.
Yeah, Grok would look at it. What does he notice?
Make a religion check, and you're the only one who gets to roll it.
Okay. 13.
You know why the one you made. You know what you made yours for. You know what it does.
Yeah.
You don't know what these are for.
Grok would say it looks like a totem. I'm not sure what for.
All in all, Shambles, you managed to muster 13 of these little guys out of the wreckage. Looks like they were planted all about this house when it fell apart.
So those are 13 dead guys. Cool.
Yeah, do we have a number of how many people were at this camp?
No idea.
We wouldn't have that information.
No.
Okay. I'll collect them, and
Put them in your body.
yeah, I'll just tuck them into my collar for now.
Okay.
Would I from my
You're more buff now.
from my researcher background, would I ever heard of anything about this or heard anything of anyone doing this?
So you'd be aware that they're totems, similar to what he said, and totems have multiple different purposes. You're not sure exactly what these ones would have been for.
Huh.
All right. Leon, you're on Elk, the Nameless. And is there anything in particular you want to write out to or check out?
Nope, not trying to go alone. Just trailing the group.
Bow drawn, keeping an eye out.
Yep, I'm looking for bees.
All right. Well, Gondar, go ahead and move yourself to the tent that you're checking first. Look back if he's in the same tent or if he's doing a different one.
I guess I'm kind of like in the building.
Looking intense.
All right. Leon, you're the first to see it because you're being observant. You see the ground on the south side of the tent that Gondar is in start to break open, and two massive mandibles come out, and it's followed by this massive head of what appears to be a huge, gigantic ant that seems to be springing into the back of the tent. Since you were basically doing nothing and readying, if you'd like to take an action or do something to that effect, you can go ahead and do so.
Can I call out for Gondar to watch out and then shoot at it?
Yep.
Hell yeah. A 9.
You fire, it hits the tent and it kind of like pierces through, and you yell, Gondar, watch out! Just as it hits, Gondar, you see an arrow slam through, and you're like, what the? And then teeth bite into the tent for you. I believe I got the element of surprise here.
No, he warned me. He said, Gondar, watch out. And I was like, oh shit, an ant. So I'm not surprised at all.
That's what they look like.
I wanted a bee quest, guys.
Ants
Kind of like a
first.
bee.
Ants are
Come on.
boring.
It's an
Ants
asshole,
first, then
an
bees.
asshole bee.
We'll see the bees in a minute.
Let's stab some ants first.
It's probably like 2 of these.
19 to
Hey,
hit.
right.
Misses. No, it hits.
You're going to take
You know what they say? See one ant. That's all there is.
6 points of slashing damage, 1 point of acid
Ow.
damage, and you are grappled. It literally brings its
no.
mandibles in and slams down on you, kind of catching you around the waist, and kind of pulls you out of the tent to the side. As you're kind of rented from the tent, a lot of you would also see that what appears to be another emergence hole appearing near where the tent is, with Slickback in it, but it seems that the one that's popping out is not able to get in and jump at Slickback at this time. Alright, roll initiative.
Ugh, ants.
Grok.
Oh, my boy.
Ooh, that new elven body.
Wowza.
Strangely,
Breaking it in.
no, that's Gondar who rolled it. You don't have a dex modifier? Oh, it's Slickback. I'm so dumb today. Never mind. Ignore me. Don't listen to me.
It's okay.
So hard on yourself, Jim.
Raya, your initiative +5 needs to get off of there because you no longer have that feature.
You made the sheet.
It will stick it as it is, and I'll correct it momentarily. Everybody rolled?
I think so.
Oh, my NK.
Did Benson roll?
I got a 7.
My guy.
I'm real fast.
Slickback. He definitely hears it.
Oh shit. He's like, he sees me get grabbed and he's like, "Oh, boss!" And he runs over. Can he use his act to try to free me from the grapple? Pull the mandible.
He can help. So when you attempt to relinquish yourself from the grapple, you would break free. I think he can grapple you and try and move you away from it, but then it'd be a contested check between him and the Anke. So when you attempt it, you're going to have to hit a DC. When he attempts it, it's going to be a contested roll.
And freeing yourself from a grapple strength, right?
Correct. Your action to make either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check, your choice.
Okay. I just wanted to see if I can use acrobatics, and yeah, I'm gonna
He'll
get
help.
out of it. He will help me. So yeah, he puts his hand on the mandible, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you out of there, boss."
So you'll have advantage on the check. All right, and it's your up. Your action will be escaping.
It will. It's a 20 for acrobatic.
Yep. You can pop out, and you still have your movement, of course.
But you will get opportunity attack.
Yeah, you're kind of between an ankeg and an ankeg place right now anyway.
Alright, and that's the case. And I'm assuming if he bites me again, he might just grapple me again. In order to bonus action offhand attack, you have to attack with a main hand first, right?
Correct.
That's 2 of them fighting? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hard. I'll action surge, and I'm gonna get my attack. So that'll be a 19 to hit.
Hits.
So that's 10 for my sneak. And
Okay.
come in with the sword break for another 4.
All right. Real quick question: do you have 2-weapon fighting? No, sorry. It's your,
no.
I see. It's your dagger precision. Never mind. I remember. Cool. Solid. -5. -4. Sorry. Okay. Pretty well wounded. Solid hits. It definitely looks like it's not happy with that. Okay. It'll go to the Anke. Plural. The hole to the side, the one that you were first looking at, you watch as another Ankeg bursts out of it, kind of steps into the center of the area and starts kind of surveying the area. Let's see. To the north of the area, near the camp, on the northern side, you see another emergence hole appear, and another Ankeg enter into the area. The Ankeg that was on the northern portion kind of just starts spitting a gout of acid at you and Slickback. I need the two of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God. It's 13 for me.
Success.
It's a 2 for Slick.
Slick takes 10 acid damage, and you take 5. And basically, the one that had you in its grasp, Slickback's kind of pulling on the mandible, like letting you free. You drop down, cut, and then it kind of like spins about and kind of moves in a way that lets it get its mandible free from Slickback's kind of, assistance, and then it bites down on Slickback. 19 to hit.
That'll hit him.
He's going to take 10 points of... Oh, I never dealt damage to you with my bite. I just grappled you, didn't I?
No, you did. You did 6 and then 1.
That's right. So it's going to do 10 points of slashing damage to Slickback and 3 points of acid.
He goes down.
And
he's like, ah.
He's grappled.
Boss.
Boss.
It's his dying words.
Boss.
So
he's so loyal.
So cohorts do have death saving throws like normal characters. So they are treated in the dying state like normal characters, not like NPCs. All right. That's it for the Ankeg, so it'll go to Raya.
I am going to draw a bow and step back. And I'll shoot the one in front of Gondar.
Okay.
13 to hit.
Let me check. Miss. Bounces off of its armor plating. Make a free perception check, though.
20.
You very quickly realize that the armor plating seems to cover over the top of it, not so much at the bottom end of it. If you were able to topple these things, get them knocked down, you might be able to get at their sweet meats.
Shambles, get underneath it.
Sweet meat.
I'm on it.
Right.
Table flip
Team
him.
shambles.
Bonus action
Sweet
hide.
meat.
Elk. Knock him over, elk.
Hide
Since
where?
there's-
Stampy, go, Stampy.
There's nowhere near where you're at that place where you could hide. You don't.
I am wood elf in some semi-tall grass.
If you were to
I'm
step,
up there.
if you were to
Partial
step
obscurity.
behind the elk, I'd allow it.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, the grass isn't that
Seems
tall.
like
But I'm a
Elf
wood
thing
elf.
to do.
I'm so skinny.
The grass isn't that tall.
I am blade of grass size.
Shambles.
I'm gonna yell back to Benson to stay with those other two, referring to Leon and Raya 2. And I'm going to use my 40 move speed to get down behind this guy. And I guess try to uppercut, get under him with the sword here.
Okay.
If I'm able to from behind.
So yeah, you'll still be attacking his armor plating.
Sure. 19 to hit.
That'll work.
It's 5 piercing.
Okay.
And I'll give him a couple punches, or at least one. 15 to hit.
That'll work.
7 bludgeoning.
Solid.
Total of 12. And let's spend a key point.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Hit.
For another 4 bludgeon.
You come in behind it. You kind of try to get underneath it, and then as you kind of look at the back, you can see kind of like the plating go up, and there's like a vein of like an open spot in between two plates. You bring the broken sword in and wrench, and then slam your fist into it twice, and you watch the people in the front see its eyes kind of and kind of drop down, letting Slickback's body off to the side. You also notice as Slickback rolls out of the mandibles that it looked like the armor was being crushed, and the next action that it was probably going to take was splitting him in half. All right, Giant Elk.
All
Here
right.
comes MVP.
Stampy.
Right over here.
Get him.
Oh, what are you going to do about ants? Step on them? That's a great idea.
Perfect.
I got a ram attack.
Yeah.
Ew, critical fail.
Oh, no.
All right.
Man, you got a 1 and a 20.
Okay.
Oh, you can never mind. You got a.
Goes to Grok.
Yeah, Grok. I guess.
As you watch the elk hit the side of the end keg, it kind of slides a little bit, but doesn't really push out too far. The plating seems to hold it pretty solidly. And
How do you drag spells?
I
off of
apologize.
the-
I gotta take a break here. Hold on 1 second. I gotta step away from the computer. Just one
No
moment.
worries.
What was your question, Andy?
Oh, under spell templates in the on the, how do you drag spells off of there onto the screen? I thought you can do that.
Oh, like to have a shortcut?
No, actually, show the spell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not there.
It's hard for me to see because I don't. This character doesn't have spells.
It's
From
fine.
where?
So if you go in the journal under spell templates, there's like some templates for many spells. I thought that they were there so you could drag them onto the battle map, but I could. Chris, do you know that? Do you know about that?
I think only
I do
John,
not.
the DM, can do that.
Oh, okay.
Unless he like gives you control of the template. But like if
Right.
you want to make like a fog cloud or something, he can make like a 30 radius fog cloud.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're planning, but that's just the first example I can think
No,
of.
I'm gonna do create bonfire.
What you're gonna do. You also have that necklace of fireballs. That'd be you could do a nice little boom.
There are so many
boom,
other options,
boom.
you guys.
Like, you could hit 3 of them right now with a
Straight to
fireball.
fire, all of you.
Really?
You could hit all
I
3 of them with a
forgot that I have
fireball,
that.
and not me. So that'd be good.
Okay, I'll do that next time. I didn't think of that now, and I've already clicked it. So
Oh, yeah, I see.
I
forgot
thought you
all
were going
about
to
that
turn into an
necklace.
animal. Can
I
you
will
turn into the
eventually.
elk?
I could
Do we
turn
have
into an
two of
elk,
those?
but it's not nearly as badass as Kevin's elk, so I don't know why that is.
Why is this elk so good?
My elk is not nearly as
Kev-
good.
Kevin's a beastmaster, so his elk gets his stats.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Nope.
you're not? How do you have
Nope.
a cool animal?
John just gave it to me.
Kevin, what's your hoof damage?
Like 60-12.
4d8 plus 4.
Yeah, mine is 4d4 plus 2d4 plus 3. That's it.
It's because the elk is like a huge creature. It's actually huge. He's just retconned it. He's like, yeah, you can have an elk. I'm like, oh, do I have to like pay something for this? No, it's like, okay.
Fair
Pretty
trade.
awesome.
I think it's good. Oh, yeah, I thought you were a beastmaster because I think a beastmaster's like spirit animal gets bonuses based on your proficiency bonus. So I'm like, that's probably why he's jacked.
No,
Apparently
it
he
wouldn't be
just
this jack. Yeah. He's just swole.
So, probably a good chance that the nether hole's going to erupt like behind our squishies, right?
For sure.
Just keep focus firing. Like, we'll get this one that's near the elk.
You guys should probably inch a little closer though,
Yeah.
just a smooch.
Yeah, like we have so much action economy on these guys, so we just focus fire. They'll go down quick.
I can only apologize. All right, let's see.
You think Slickback's going to make it?
Okay.
I was gonna.
let's
Never
see.
mind. Secret time's over.
Ooh, secret time. I'm gonna have to listen back to it later. Oh, giant
Yeah. So
elk. Grok is up.
I put a create bonfire right around.
Okay, so if you go to assets,
Tried. It won't let me drag it over.
hold on a second.
How do I do that? And I double click on it and I see the image and shit.
Can you move that little ring?
Yes, I can. No, I can't. No, I can't.
Weird. Hold on. give it a go now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
DC
right.
14 Dex.
1 second. Create bonfire says any
Yeah,
creature
I'll
in the
click it.
bonfire space when you cast a spell. Okay. Cool. And Keg will dex saving throw. It fails. It'll take 5 fire damage.
And then I'll take the dodge action.
No, you won't. Create bonfire is an action.
It's a cantrip. Oh, it's an action. Oh, okay.
I don't know why people
That's
think
great.
cantrips are bonus actions. It's really confusing.
That
Oh,
is
because
fine.
I'm a newbie.
All right. Chuck.
I'm going to do chill touch on the one that the elk's in front of.
Okay.
13.
That'll hit. Or that'll miss. Sorry. Miss.
I'm going to step back to the side.
Okay. Kevin, were you on the mount when it went forward, or did you hop off?
Totally hopped off.
Okay. I don't remember that, but it's fine. You're up.
Shooting a shot at this one
Okay.
with
Yeah, it
Slayer's.
It certainly has cover, to be sure. But yeah, you're using your bonus action to Slayer's mark it, and then going from there.
Shoot the shot. 23.
Yeah, that'll hit. So 13 damage.
Yep.
All right.
That's it. Holding position.
Okay. Slick back, death saving throw.
I'll just roll a raw d. So there's no shortcut.
Yeah.
A 10.
Okay, that's 1 success.
Blessed slick back.
All right. Goes to Gondar.
Cool. Says a free action. I want to ask Grok, be like, can you get my man up, please? He's a good boy, loyal, strong.
Okay.
And then I get to stabbing. The elk is my app.
It's hard for me to waste a spell slot when I have so few on an NPC. Gotta tell you.
I look at Grok. What's an NPC? And then I start stabbing.
Okay.
26 to hit for 8.
Uh-huh.
And then a critical strike for 7 more.
Okay. Still alive. Still kicking. Okay. Steve, go ahead and roll.
Are crits max die?
Yeah, they should be. So that should actually be.
So it should
10,
be 12.
or 6 plus 4. I don't know where you're getting 12 from.
I thought it was a D6
He
on
should
his
be-
No,
Sunbreaker.
daggers are d4s.
He's so it should be. The,
Oh, I'm sorry. I see it.
It should be the bottom one. So
Right.
it should actually be 8 total. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. It's still alive despite. And I'll go through and make sure everybody's crit stuff is fixed sometime this week since I'm working from home now. But the Ankeg, Steve, go ahead and roll me a d6.
A 4.
Okay. It's just going to bite then. I'm going to go for the elk. Crit. That elk is taking 16 slashing and 8 acid. So 24 total.
Jesus.
So it kind of
No.
slams into the side of it. It turns around. People are hitting it, peppering it, fires bursting on top of it, and it kind of like dances, into it. Kind of slams its jaws into it, trying to push it back. It seems, but not really to the effort. It's more just biting. It does grab a hold of the elk though, and it's going to pull back with it, moving its speed. Gondar, you get an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I do.
Don't step into the bonfire.
14.
14
Hits.
for 9.
Okay.
Oh, he's dragging the elk though.
Just barely. All right, so it's cut off like one of its legs as it backs away, and it still manages to get the weight behind it and pull the elk into the fire instead, and also closing in with its ally, which then jumps over onto the tent, breaking it down, and then spits acid in a line. I think a line. Let me double check. Yep.
Jesus.
So you three need to make a dexterity saving throw. The elk,
Oh god.
20.
Okay.
Is
I
your elk
I
okay?
definitely failed.
All right. Well, I rolled almost max damage with that, so it's going to be 17 points of acid damage to the three of you. Pretty dope.
Mouth was open.
Ouch.
So
17, so half would be 8.
ow, my scarf.
All right. The one behind it is circling around the tent. Looks like it's dashing straight towards Gondar. Does not do anything when it gets there. And you realize that 2 more appear from the 2 holes on the far side of the map. Ooh, this is dirty. All right, Riot.
Are there any low branches in the tree to the south?
It is actually kind of like a bushy kind of tree. So all of the branches are low.
Okay, well, if they're all low, I'm gonna.
But they're also very.
bonus action.
So when you get close to it and kind of see it, they're also very narrow and spindly. Like it's kind of like a. It doesn't have very thick branches that could be climbed into.
That's okay. If they're close enough to the ground, I'll just bonus action dash into it to use it for obscurity
Okay.
and fire out of it against the one that's currently biting the elk.
Okay. You got a line on it. Go ahead.
10.
All right. Shambles.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, I'm great with dice apparently.
I'm gonna get up at
Oh.
this one here.
I'm a terrible DM. I totally forgot something I
Oh.
said, and no one called me on it and reminded me. But there should be another party present.
Oh, the barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Save me,
I
Taylor.
was waiting for her to come in.
Well, you should have mentioned it when I was rolling initiative, you turkey.
Not my cohort.
Here she is.
It's
She's
a
awesome.
heroic entrance.
She's raging.
So awesome.
She got lost
Definitely raging.
So
She's
for-
mad.
in the woods.
For flavor, she'll go on 1. I'll just remember that she's there. But she just ran up to the Ankeg that ran up on Grok last turn. Ran up to defend Grok because she was up on the hill. When you all went looking at stuff, she went up to look at the hill.
Nice.
Perfect. Shambles, sorry, I apologize for interrupting your turn with that nonsense. Go ahead.
All good. Let's go 10 feet of movement, get up adjacent to this guy. Let me give him a sword attack. 13 is a miss.
Yes.
I'm gonna kick him.
Alright.
17 to hit.
That's a little bit better.
6 bludgeoning.
Alright. So you kind of stab at it and it breaks, like the blade kind of breaks. It doesn't break the blade, but like it kind of, sends off to the side, off of the armor on its head. And it kind of like moves to the side a second, and you notice that there's kind of a soft spot where the mandible kind of connects to the jaw. You jump up, snap your boot right into that spot. You hear a loud and then it just kind of drops in its space.
Nice. Spend a little more movement, well, can I get on top of this thing?
Ankeg spaces count as difficult terrain for moving on top of, and they pretty much just on top of themselves, kind of like drop down.
Just
So-
collapse.
Yeah, they're probably about, like, once they're in that state, they're like maybe 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I'll get up on top of him. I'm gonna kick this one in the head.
Okay.
Shouldn't have done that, but already done.
Mhm.
Kicking this one. 10 is a miss.
The basically just
Flurry of blows.
bounces up onto the Ankeg with a double bounce, then kick, and it kind of like lifts its head up and it kicks right between the mandibles. It kind of lets out a snap to try and catch the leg, but it misses.
Nice try.
All right, elk.
Alright, this is probably a mistake.
Oh,
But-
sorry. 1 second. Grok, do you do anything?
Am I allowed to release the
Yeah.
the spell? Oh, yeah, I would just make it go away.
Okay. Go ahead and select it and just delete it.
What?
Can you select the bonfire and then press the delete key?
It's gone now, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Someone else did it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Alright. I'm gonna try and hoof attack this thing.
Okay.
20.
That'll do it.
23 damage.
As the bloodied and beaten elk kind of raises up and just slams into this elk, after it dodges the kick, it kind of bats it down and kind of like causes it to scrape across the dirt, and then it kind of snaps its head up and looks at the elk and like lets out a sound, like, oh yeah, it's time to fight kaiju style, baby. Grok.
Shit.
Grok. I want to use the necklace of fireballs.
Okay,
So maybe detonate it like
God.
right here.
hold on.
Or no, one higher. No, what? No. Basically, I want to skim.
Put it where you want it,
Ah,
and stop drawing on my map.
yeah, I know. I think I could just get both of them without the elk. Is that right? Or no?
You can move that fireball, and you can get that stuff off of my map.
Okay. I'm trying to see where I can put it. Like
That's
right
a
there.
nice spot. Little close for my liking.
That's a beauty.
Right
Beauty
there.
fireball.
Shambles is gonna light a cigarette up.
Yeah, how do you do damage to that?
So roll 8d6 and remove one of the 6 remaining stones from it. No, that's fine. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh la la.
Fireball.
10, 20,
DC on it is
31.
What was the DC? 15, right?
Did the math for you.
Looking.
Yeah, it did.
15. Yeah.
Was not paying attention.
Obviously.
No, sir. Force to habit now.
The one in the back line kind of slides very quickly as it erupts behind the tent it's near, and it looks like the brunt of the fire kind of is stymied by the cloth or the hide of the tent. The one that's out in the open takes the full brunt, and the one that Shambles is kind of looking down at, whoosh! Basically, Shambles' nightmares appears before him and destroys his enemies.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I am going to wild.
Okay. Into.
We'll do a brown bear.
Okay.
So I can't seem to drag it.
Max or
I don't
garbage?
know what's up with.
Um,
Sorry.
What?
Do you have to click it and drag it?
No. Hold on. So when you're looking at it, okay, and you see that there's a
Yeah.
token, if you put your mouse over the token, it changes it into a small 3-bar, right?
No. Does not.
Okay, well that's weird.
Yeah, sorry. Give me that bear.
All right,
Yeah, bear
Yeah.
right there.
just slide Grok off to the side. Yep. Okay. Grok turns into a massive bear. The massive bear still has all of the traits of the turtle, so it still technically has a turtle shell. And it still
Really?
it still has your turtle shell armor if it's better than your brown bear state.
Oh, it's so much better. I did not know that. This is amazing.
From what I understand of Wild Shape, you keep the traits, the racial traits and class features.
It's true.
That you would have. So, since your turtle shell is a racial trait, you have that benefit.
And I have the stats of the creature except my intelligence and wisdom. Is that right?
Your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are your own, and then
Wow.
everything else is the brown bear. Which, again, just if you're doing a physical thing, focus on the brown bear. If you're doing a non-physical thing, focus on the yeah. Let me double check my reading
Sweet.
of Wild Shape real quick, just to make sure that the AC changes. Hold on. Just want to be certain I'm not cheating myself.
No, I think you're good.
Oh yeah, I bet you do, asshole.
Lol.
Yeah, you know
I'll look too.
that sounds right to me.
I mean, really.
Yeah, hold on. Your
Well,
game statistics are replaced when you transform. You assume the beast's hit points. You can't cast spells. You're still
You retain the benefit of any feature from your class, race, or other source and
It's
can use
physically
them if the
capable of
new
doing
form is
so.
physically capable of doing so.
It doesn't have the turtle shell. It doesn't keep the turtle shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boo.
If it had ears, it could keen senses like an elf could, but because it doesn't have, if you turn into a turtle, then it would keep that shit. But no.
Okay.
All right, that's done with Grok. Benson, someone's stealing your niche
Cool.
casting spells.
I know, I'm just a freaking turtle. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the one closest to it.
Okay.
23, I think that hits.
Yeah.
8 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Sounds good. All right. Kevin.
Sharpshooter on this one.
Okay.
I can't Slayer's Prey it as well, right?
It's a bonus action to Slayer's Prey, so yeah, you could.
Oh, we're doing that too. Pow!
-5, right?
Yep, so 17.
I'll hit. So it'll be
So-
17 plus 6. 23. You just did as much damage as your elk, so way to carry that weight.
Woo!
Okay, that's your bonus action and your action, I believe. You're done. Slick back.
Yep.
Do you have any movement, though? Do you want to move up closer?
Tail
I'm
Oh, sorry.
maybe a move up to like here, but not too much.
Thank you. Talith will swing on this one. But before she does, she's going to mount the bear.
Yes. Do it.
And then she is going to attack from a mounted position with the Warhammer. She does so recklessly, so she's leaning over the bear and kind of like bringing the Warhammer, or yeah, the Warhammer in like more mightily. Bear with me here. For some reason, it's statted her with a great axe, not a maul. So I just need to. Oh, they do the same damage. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Just bludgeoning instead of slashing. She is going to use her bonus action to use her special feature, Crushing Blow. She gains a +3 to the damage roll of her next melee attack. And she has advantage. 14 hits. And she smashes it so hard in the head, the chitin splits, breaks, blood flies everywhere, and its head drops to the ground, dead.
Oh, roar.
And then she passes down to you, and in the druidic language, she says, "On to the next one." Ole
Nice.
despate. All right, flick back to saving throw.
You got a 6.
That's a failure.
One fail, one success.
All right, Gondor.
I
You can attempt to stabilize him, or you can move into combat.
I'm not good at that. I will. This one took the full fireball, so it's pretty.
A pro tip for future reference: if you have a healer's kit, you can just use it to stabilize automatically. You don't have to be proficient or anything.
I don't have one of those
Might want to invest in
next
it.
time.
Man, we should walk through town sometimes.
I will throw a chalk.
Okay. Real
16 to hit, but no sneak attack.
He's probably
Real,
got 4
real
or 5 of
quick,
those
you have your
in a
sword
row.
breaker in one hand and your karambit in the other. How are you throwing a chakra?
Can I just like put away the dagger and then throw it?
You have one free weapon interaction, so that'd be putting the dagger away.
Yeah. So shoot the dagger and then just throw it.
No. You have one free item interaction. You can't draw the chakram and also.
He could drop it, can't he?
You can
Can he
certainly
drop it?
for free, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up to this point, like let the karambit drop and like kind of stick in the ground, and then
Throw the
eat the
chakram.
chakram.
Okay. 16 will hit.
Or 9, because there's no one adjacent to it.
Okay. You throw it, and the chakram like slashes into its neck, and then comes back out to you. You catch it, and you're kind of looking at it like, "Did I get him?" And then it just falls to the ground, died.
Ooh, nice.
Nothing personal, Ant.
Okay. You watch as the body is kind of pushed forward and aside as another one springs out of the earth from behind it.
Oh my.
Your moment of coolness is now over. Welcome to the real world where I try to murder you. This one comes springing across the tent that was singed aflame, diving into you with its massive mandibles. 22
Oh
to
my.
hit.
That'll hit.
It's going to do 15 slashing and 5 acid.
Oh no, I'm down. Me. I'm the boss.
And it
Subordinate.
It does lift him up, Shambles. You watch as it's holding him up in the air.
I could have totally second-winded, but I didn't because I thought there was only one. But then another one popped out.
Situational awareness,
Always
man.
more. There's always
The
more.
lesson here is just use all your
Fighting
resources.
an anthill.
The one that came out does nothing, and that's the only one that's still alive. So yeah. Raya.
I'm gonna run over here behind Slickback.
Okay. Keep in mind, Ankeg's squares are difficult terrain, so you'd have to move around it.
Yeah, I just straight line behind it.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm gonna shoot the one that's adjacent to or holding Gondar.
Okay.
Nope, that's broken.
Uh-oh.
Roll a d20 for me. Okay.
7.
And your short bow's condition drops to fine. And Gondar.
Oh, he doesn't shoot me?
Gondar, fail a death saving throw.
Ow.
Shambles, an arrow sticks into Gondar from behind you. You turn and look, and you see Raya with a broken bow, kind of like looking at it.
Damn it! I was gonna deflect missiles.
All right, it's your up.
So he's holding Gondar up in the air, like sort of
Actually,
dangling him, right?
real quick, because I want to. That's flavorful as fuck, and I like it. Do you want to go ahead and deflect missiles?
Hell yes!
If you can beat the damage,
That is
then
awesome.
Give me damage.
if you can, so it's 8 piercing. If you can beat that damage, it won't do a death saving throw on Gondar.
Yeah, it's 10 plus my stuff. So
Well,
yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
D10 plus your stuff. Yeah.
Oh, is it D10?
You roll a D10 and then you add your monk level, if I remember correctly.
8.
Yep, nailed it. So as the arrow's going sailing by, Sands of Time kind of whoop it back out of Gondar's body and put it back in the air, and then you just kind of tap it and it flies away in a different direction.
I wanted to catch it.
Fine, you can catch it.
I want to throw it at that Ankeg.
I'll allow it.
Damn, he's so cool.
If you're spending a key point for it, that's 2
Yep.
key points that you've spent now.
That's 3 now.
3, gosh, fine. You know what? I was trying to be nice, and you fucked it up.
Well, I'm trying to help you learn math better.
I don't.
Can you
like
catch it
that.
by letting it go up one sleeve and then launching it out the opposite one?
Of
and
course.
passing
Well,
it through your body.
it like shot through my arm, and then like I'm kind of like bringing my elbow back to grab it by the shaft, and I'm just throwing it forward.
No, I like his better. Like it goes into one sleeve and you just
Fine,
move your
I'll
body
Mickey
so
Mouse
it
the damn thing.
redirects it through your sleeve.
Don't let me be cool. I'll just be a
That's
damn
awesome.
cartoon.
Yeah,
You are a
Flex
cartoon.
missile.
that's what you signed up for.
So reduce the damage to 0. Spend a key point. I can throw it.
Yeah, so you're basically going to make a. You make the
Attack with proficiency.
and
Ranged
dexterity.
attack,
So
right?
It's just a dexterity proficient attack.
If you have a dart like on your character
do.
sheet, it's probably the same.
Fuck.
Okay.
Gondar.
It hits Gondar and he's dead.
Wait. With the,
Still
with
hits
the-
me.
No.
Roll
It was
D20.
with.
Roll d20.
No. It was the attack with. With proficiency, not with.
Roll d20.
I'm on it. I'm sorry. I thought I had advantage for some reason.
Can I give him my inspiration from beyond the grave?
You can give him inspiration. Inspiration is not a you have to be alive to do it function.
Okay, I'm passed out, and I give you the thumbs up while passed. Please don't kill me.
So 17 on it. So you'll deal 1d6 plus dexterity modifier damage.
Well, that's my broken sword damage.
Yeah.
Just
Whoops. 8 piercing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Pull an arrow off Gondar, catch it, throw it back.
God, that was
throw
a
it back into Gondar.
That was a
Two
fucking
death
journey.
fails.
That was a fucking journey. The giant elk, basically on its last leg, but surrounded by dead
Okay.
things instead of living things.
Could the elk run past Gondar and pull Gondar away with it?
So you can attempt to grapple it.
Is that like a
Grapple Gondar. Grappling Gondar is not the issue because you're trying to wrench it free of another thing's grapple. So the way I'm doing that is you're going to make a strength athletics check with the elk against the Ankeg strength athletics check.
okay? And would he take like an opportunity attack from this too?
He would take an opportunity attack if it has one to spare.
What do you think, Steve?
it's your elk.
I mean, you're gonna take the hit.
I'm gonna take the hit, or the elk's gonna take the hit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on its. I'm gonna be on the other side of you and try and drag you away from it so I can heal you on my turn.
Just
Otherwise-
rip it in half, get it over
Just
with.
Otherwise,
Green
the elk's out and you're on your own, champ.
This is the
so-
one that got burnt. Kill it.
Like, oh,
No,
so
no,
you're
no.
gonna-
Because if I miss, the elk's done with Steve. It's run away or try and bring Steve with me
Or
already.
you could just smash the Ankeg.
yeah, or you just kill it.
No, I'm gonna roll a 1. I already know it's coming.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could kill it, but I'm down for shenanigans. I'm always down for shenanigans.
You're going to roll on that athletics check if you do it, so why do that?
I mean, but then Steve dies, the elk doesn't. You know what I mean?
This is what
Well, I
Jason
don't.
Clark
I'm not gonna
is
die if I
talking
take
about.
if I take a hit from an opportunity attack. It's just one failed death save.
You already
Yeah,
have,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, and you don't have any failed death saves yet because of
Alright.
bow
Because of shenanigans.
So, up to here,
Sham.
strength check, right?
Mm-hmm. Strength athletics, but I think they don't.
Part of
have-
the cards. Crit.
Yeah. You pull him away.
Alright, then we fucking run over here.
The Ankeg will make an opportunity attack. 24 to hit the.
How?
What do you mean how?
The Gondar. That's
Not-
an out.
Not against Gondar, against the elk. The elk's running away.
Oh shit! I thought it was gonna hit him. Yeah, that hits. The elk's dead.
Yeah.
The elk didn't have to move adjacent to do it.
Yeah, that's why I
The
did
elk-
it.
The elk has range. Doesn't have reach. Sorry. The elk shouldn't have reach.
Yeah, but the way they were positioned was like
No.
bad guy Steve.
Oh, I guess.
Technically, I should be in the same spot as
Yeah. It's,
I'm grappled.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Okay,
the Ankeg is kind of holding it in its face.
got it. Yeah, you had Steve over off to the
Well,
Sorry.
then the elk's over here dead too.
We'll save the elk.
So the it's not going to take enough damage to kill it outright. And sorry about the water sound. It will drop it though. And roll a d100. Okay, so when you fall, Gondar falls as well, and falls from where he was caught, like up on the elf's head. The fall's great enough that it wounds him. So Gondar, you're going to be here. And the elk is now grappled by the Ankeg. And Gondar, you take a failed death saving throw. Alright.
Front line's looking a little lean all of a sudden.
So, the Ankeg is a large beast?
It is.
Okay, so the bear with Talith on top is going to move. I can get to, I think, right here. And is going to, as the action, wants to throw Talith onto the Ankeg.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah. No check is needed because she's willing. She is tossed onto the back of the Ankeg. She'll make an
Awesome.
athletics check to see if she can keep her footing there as a part of the being moved. She got a 17. She's good. Chody.
Cool.
So if I now hit that Ankeg, it will also hit her, right?
There's a whole bunch of stuff on top of that Ankeg right now, but there's this one behind it that doesn't seem to have anything on it.
Right, but I'm saying like with a fireball.
Oh yeah, if you cast a fireball on anything besides that one in the back line, you're burning everything.
I'll shoot the back one.
Because that's more or less what it looks like right now.
11. I missed.
Okay. Kevin.
Sharpshooter, Slayer, Spray, whatever I can on this.
Okay.
That's a big miss.
That'll hit.
That's
Oh,
a 9.
You said sharpshooter. Okay, sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Death saving throw from Slickback.
What about Taylor?
Oh, sorry, Talos. Sorry, you're right. She's gonna recklessly attack. She hits. Seems to ablate kind of on the armor, but it does a little bit. Rolled low on the damage roll. Slickback.
Oh, second fail for Slick.
Alright. Gondar.
That's a second fail for me.
Gondar.
I'd like someone, please. It hurts so much.
Alright. The
don't speak English.
Ankeg is going to bite into the elk since it's holding it in its mouth. It auto succeeds. And it rolled enough to hit, or to crit rather. So, what's the maximum hit points for that bad boy?
42.
It does not do enough to kill it outright, but that will count as one failed death saving throw on the elk. Riot?
Yeah, this is a mess.
It's a
Got
hot
a lot of bleeders on the ground.
Move up a little bit. Here, and I'm gonna shoot the one in the back.
Okay.
Hey, I hit something.
Yeah.
Probably should have used a bonus action to hide from it first.
Yeah. That's fine. Alright, Shambles.
Hide.
I'm gonna bound over this bear monster pile thing.
All out.
I'm gonna quaff that potion down Gondar's neck.
2d4 plus 2.
You can roll it, Zach. It's your potion.
6 points.
Noise.
Giant
Oh.
roll a d20.
And I'm gonna use some movement to get up adjacent to the elk.
Okay.
That's 2 fails.
2 fails. And we got Grok, the healer.
I know. So, who is it going to
I'm
be?
doing my best.
Is it going to be Slickback or is it going to be
Elk.
Elk?
Probably.
Man.
Are you switching?
I would assume the druid would want to heal the elk.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, so
that
I
makes
would.
more sense to me.
Okay, so I would
That's way
drop
more
out
useful,
of
too.
wild shape.
Put yourself in any square. No, stop. Move your bear back. You cheater. Okay, now move yourself.
I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah, move yourself onto.
One to the right.
One to the right. You're one to the right.
Right. Now what?
That was where the bear was. Place Grok on one of the 4 squares that the bear exists in.
Okay.
And then I'm going to delete the bear. That's
Okay.
how ending a wild shape will work.
Okay.
Put Grok on your token, and then we'll get rid of the bear or the animal. Okay.
Put Grok on my. Okay.
Put Grok on the animal's token, because we'll leave Grok's token out on the board. He's not there. So in the future, what we just did, we're going to do that again, if we wild shape or end wild shape. You look
okay.
confused.
I am confused.
So we'll leave the real Grok token out when you
Yes.
wild shape. You'll move around as the animal. When you decide to stop being an animal, you're going to take the Grok token and move it onto one of the squares that is the
I
animal's
understand.
token, and then we'll get rid of the
Got-
animal token.
Got it.
Okay. Now you're healing the elk.
Yes, I am going to cure wounds on the.
Cool.
11.
All right. It's still up in the hand or up in the mandibles of the Ankeg. It hasn't relinquished it, so you kind of reach up and touch its hoof and kind of manage to get some of the blessings of the forest into it. It seems to kind of cause it to awaken, but it still has the mandibles on its back end. Chody.
Slickback has 2 failed death saving throws,
That's right.
He does.
and the elk just got healed, right?
Correct.
And
Slickback's the only critical.
quaffing a potion is an action, isn't it? Or is it
Forcing a
bonus?
potion down someone's throat is action, correct?
I can't make it.
Why?
Because that's
He's got little
35
legs,
feet,
and
so
there's a
I would
big
have.
ant.
30.
Okay, so that one is not difficult terrain over the
No.
ant.
Oh,
Okay,
the ant,
then
sorry,
cool.
the ant is in the way. Sorry, you're right.
That's what I was saying. It's difficult terrain, so I won't be able to make it all. It'll be 35 feet to get to it.
Yeah.
What if you throw the potion?
Do you have any spells that teleport?
I'll just throw it on it.
Hope it dribbles into his mouth.
Like lawn darts.
Do you have Misty
Mage.
spell?
Mage hand?
I do not comprehend languages.
Do you have
Burning
Mage Hand?
Beacon. No, I don't.
You don't have Mage Hand?
No, I don't.
What kind of wizard are you?
What kind of Cheromancer?
Not a handsy one.
No, you're definitely a handsy one.
I'm saying in the fact of not doing it correctly.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. You don't have that. And you don't
Get
have
closer in case you need to try next turn.
Misty Step.
There's 1 try left.
Oh, is he at 2 saves, 2 fails?
Yeah, so if he fails one
Oh,
more time,
shit.
he dies. But if he saves, then he'll have another chance. So
He has
yeah, if he
one
gets
success.
closer now.
Yeah, he only has 1 success.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking roll higher than 9, Steve.
Okay, so there's that.
You can still act if you
That's
want.
my movement. I will go ahead and shoot a chill touch.
Okay.
13.
Miss by 1 again.
Miss. God,
You keep
I
rolling
got a lot of
13s.
13s this round.
I know, man. I'm
Different.
sucking tonight.
It's
We got
probably
the
'cause
Miss boys down here.
Someone handed you 13 of these weird totems. You keep rolling 13s, and you've got 13.
feel like it's just-
So,
Zach has the weird totems.
Yeah, I tucked him into my
Oh, I thought you handed
into
one
my
to
neck.
Benson.
can
I
have
had
a
him.
plus
I had
now?
him and
Okay.
Grok look at him, but I kept him.
Fair enough.
Can you
Alright.
take the cheating off my guy now? So that I can roll normal and you not cheat me?
I'm not.
Yeah, it's
No,
the curse is on me now.
I was doing a
John's aware who's carrying.
I know you're cheating. It's cool.
bit. Kevin.
I mean, I won't be able to get to anybody to heal them.
Gosh, too bad you stayed all the way back there the whole fight.
You don't have healing word?
No.
Rock.
The elk survived. Gondar's been healed. Who hasn't been healed?
Slickback is
Slickback.
down.
He's the only one that's in critical condition.
I can't get to him. We gotta take a shot.
All right.
Take a shot of Slickback.
Sharpshooter, all the stuff.
Yep. Well, I said it after, so no, that's
No,
not fair.
fine. I kind of said it before you were rolling, so one in the back, right?
I was gonna say this one.
Okay.
No, it's
I thought
got
it was
very little stuff. Use it for the big one.
It's fine. You shot that one.
Yeah,
It
I
slammed-
pointed this one out. I'm not like metaing.
It slams into it, knocks it straight down. Talith rides it down to the ground, and the elk is relinquished from its grasp into the tent. All right, Slickback, death saving throw.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Two
It's all down to
successes.
the wire. Who God only knows what his dreams are.
All right, Gondar.
Alright, so I guess at my movement speed. It still hurts. Does. But I don't wanna.
I could bring him up next time if you just want to work on the other one.
Yeah, I do. I just need to get close enough because not that close. I can share a space with Shambles as long as I don't stop there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I'm gonna share space with him, yeet a chakram, and then move behind him after.
Okay.
15 to hit,
Does it?
7 damage, and then I step behind him.
Okay.
Oh, and bonus action, second wind. Why do I feel like I'm about to get sprayed with that? That may have been a bad idea.
Well, we might be standing in a line.
I think you skipped Talith, right?
Talith acted on one. She went. It was fine. Yeah, she smashed into
Okay.
it and then fell.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah.
Slickback, yeah. She would have moved though. Sorry, I didn't do that part.
Into a straight line.
Into a straight line.
Oh,
There it is.
oh no.
The Yankee,
There's the fairness.
the
How
Yankee
could this?
happen to me. Will
She saw it happen before.
sorry, Steve, roll a d6. No, this one hasn't fired yet. It's fresh.
No, it fired in the hole. It had to fire to get out of the hole.
No, I don't remember that happening. All
That's
right,
how they dick.
it's sending it through. Go ahead and give me them saving throws, kids.
Just
Who?
dex.
Talith, I can do her, and then Shambles and Gondar.
11.
You can dodge the acid, but it still hurts.
She
You
succeeds.
got corpses up in front of it.
So 12 if you failed, which would be Shambles, and 6 if you didn't. It's Talith and the Gondar.
God, good thing I second winded.
Man, I've only got
That time.
48 hit points now.
It's the first
Holy
time Talith has
crap.
been
So
wounded.
she's so thick. Why am I?
This is amazing.
Why am I ever always in the front line?
So much more
He's
than me.
made to take
Max.
damage.
That's the first time Talith has gotten hit. All right, Raya.
Bonus action, hide, shoot.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
You
It
get
has an ally
sneaky boy.
adjacent.
It won't roll.
I don't know what to tell you.
Plus 9. 19 damage.
All right. You shoot it square in the mouth as it's kind of rearing back from its acid spit. You watch as it sinks in there. You can see the arrow kind of dissolve inside of it. Make sure to notate you lost an arrow, and it falls down. Dead.
One hitter.
Any more?
Seems
Good
to be
job,
quiet.
boys. Business as usual.
All right.
Okay, we're
Grok
over
would-
time. Wrap it up.
Hurry
You'll
to
heal Slickback.
Slickback and
I'll send
and
you-
heal him.
I'll send you the experience out. I'm going to very quickly narratively explain the situation. The house off to the side, the one that's still standing, there's a dead woman inside of it. Looks like she's holding a missive, something that was sent to her, a note. It says, "I curse you in your operation. You disobey what we told you should be doing. The wood should be heading to us, not to Mudis. And for this, you will fear all that rests within the ground. You are cursed. The eyes of the 13 are upon you."
But what does it mean?
And that's it. All right. I'll send the experience off to the side, and we'll discuss what will be happening at the end and pick up from there next week. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. The rest of your day. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good game, Phil.